I am Jim with Tough Turf Mole Busters, here to give you a little demonstration on the tools we use, the methods we use to control moles. There are several different kinds of ways to kill moles. We prefer to use traps, and this trap right here is a Victor out-of-sight scissor trap. They are stronger traps, they have a heavy spring, and they come with some leverage bars because they're not too easy to set with your bare hands. The leverage bars go over the spring. You squeeze them shut, and the little rod here goes on this trip pan. That is a set trap. Now the concept is when the mole runs through there, they push up on this, and that's what springs it and shuts it on them. We also kill moles with some baits. There are a couple of different kinds of baits out there. We prefer the Sweeney's worms. Sweeney's worms are tapered worms. They work very good. They mimic a mole's natural food source, which is earthworms. We also use, as part of one of our weapons in our arsenal, is a mole repellent. This is sprayed just around the perimeter of the property to help keep the moles out, or those that are in the lawn, trap them in so that they are killed by other means. It is not a good long-term solution, but it does help all around the perimeter. Here we have some mole damage. It is spray painted so it's easier to see. We have some runs that kind of go all over the place here. We have some that go all over the place here, and then we also have some straight lines. When we are setting our traps, we like to try to get into a straight run. The straighter the run, the longer the run, the better for setting a trap. We can open up the ground by taking the tools from the scissor trap and kind of using it like a little rake or a little cultivator tool and lifting up the ground. We like to loosen the ground underneath so that the trap is able to close through the dirt and the dirt's not too hard. Use your finger to make sure you can find the run and that you're in the run. We build a little speed bump with our hands, and then we gently place the trap on that. I like to put the pry bars back on the trap in case it springs. I've got it in my hand and I can quickly reset it. Just like it just went off. There it goes again. Once the trap's in the ground, we like to place the dirt and the sod back around it, cover up any holes so that light doesn't get through, and then we'll mark it with a flag. One of the things we like about the Sweeney's worms is they come with flags already in the packaging. Now, in areas that are a little more zigzag, curling, going all over the place, we may prefer to use worms. The worms also come with a glove inside, disposable gloves. I prefer my leather gloves. And in order to put the worm in the ground, poke your finger into the ground, lift up, make sure you find the run, and just put the worm right in their run. Cover it back up. Don't step it down. If you step it down, they will notice something and they will avoid it. And that is how we set a trap, and that's how we place the bait in the run. Cut. Everything that we use is pet friendly. That's why our traps are in the ground. The triggering happens in the ground, and all the snap action is in the ground. We prefer to avoid the spear traps that harpoon from above because they can get paws stuck in it and they can hurt animals. Pets will usually not care. There's just a new piece of metal in the ground. That is all they care about. As far as the worm, it has no scent. They will not find it. It is designed for the mole to find. The pets could care less about the worm we put in the ground.